Alright guys, this is Waterborne and I'm back. The duck, which you saw me flambe earlier, is in the oven roasting at 350. Now one of the things I mentioned earlier is making the duck gravy with the saucepan. You saw everything I put in the saucepan, which is over on the stove. And I'm also going to add a little anchor steam, and once again hopefully you can see that. This is a nice porter. So I'm going to open this up and put it in with the neck, the liver, and the gizzards from the duck. And I will also add about a quarter cup of brown sugar, once again, to make the sweetener. Now, totally unrelated to my meal, but because I'm cooking and I like a nice beer when I cook, I also have Pipeline Porter. It's a coffee porter from Kona. I love it. It's a very good beer. And so that's just going to be my personal beverage. So now what we're doing is, while we're waiting for the duck to cook, the ribs are sitting over here and they're just chilling out for now. I have a few things I got to do to prep for the hot pot. So what we have right now is we have our different seafood options for the hot pot. For those of you who don't know what hot pot is, it's basically somewhat like a fondue. So you basically have a heated vessel. You put various spices, liquids in the vessel, and then you cook your meats and vegetables in there. Typically what we do is a vegetable side. Our hot pot is actually separated into two portions, two rings. The outer ring is for veggies, inner ring is for meat. So in the inner ring we're going to use a little bit of cognac, some beer, some white wine, and a little bit of oil. And then on the outside, for the vegetables, we're going to use red wine in the middle, and then outside we're going to use white wine, a little bit of sesame oil, and just cook all that stuff up with water on both sides to keep the volume up, and we'll be good to go. So some of the things that we have prepped for our hot pot from the seafood side is we have some scallops. I'm going to actually cut these in half in a second. We have some shrimp. They're shell-on, uncooked shrimp. These are Maine shrimp, so that's why they're red even though they're not cooked. And then this is one of the pièces de résistance. We have, I don't know if you can see this, but this is actually baby octopus. Now some people might be, cringing right now, but this is actually good. It's very similar to squid. I like the texture a little bit better than squid. It's not quite as tough. It cooks really well in the hot pot, and you can see that the entire animal is there. It has been debeaked by our butcher shop, so that's all good. And then one of the other things that we're going to put in is bison. Okay, so I got this at Whole Foods. This is actually bison or buffalo. It's cubed meat for stew. What we're going to do is I've been marinating it in garlic, olive oil, and a little bit of dark beer for about 3 hours since I got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this into slightly smaller pieces so that it's easier to consume through the hot pot. Hot pot, once again, is much like a fondue, so you don't want a lot of big pieces of meat cooking in the hot pot. You want it to be all about bite size. So what I'm doing is I'm quartering each of these cubes of the buffalo, and then I'll throw them back in the marinade until we're ready. So as you can see, hopefully once again you can see with the light in here, the marinade is penetrated to about a 1/4 inch within the meat, and the center is still unpenetrated. So also by cutting it in quarters, we allow the marinade to get to all parts of the meat, which is really important for taste. Now if you've never had buffalo before, some people say it's gamey. I don't like to use the term gamey, but it definitely has a distinct flavor from beef. It's definitely not tough as some people seem to think. It's very tender if prepared correctly, and it's great for stews. I also had a buffalo steak not too long ago, great for ground beef. So if you want to make a different tasting hamburger, buffalo is a great option. I also mix it with other meats in my meatloaf. So a multi-meat meatloaf, buffalo is very good in it as well. So as you can see, just kind of quartering the cubes, and once again that's so that the marinade will get all the way through and it'll be easier to handle once we get it in. Alright, so that's it for right now. We'll get some more video once we get the hot pot going, but here's to you guys, and let's see if I can get this Xing Yan Kuai Le, which is Chinese for Happy New Year. Xing Yan Kuai La, folks. Kuai Le, and I'll see you guys soon.